ride. Murdered out Harley, 124.
Man, we're up here in Spokane, Washington, and I am freezing. It's cold, it's windy, the rain is fighting, it's drizzling off and on. The clouds look gray and gloomy. This is a depressing looking place right now. Maybe it's not like this all the time, but right now, it's making me wish I was in sunny Southern California. But man, it's been a journey coming up here, and it's been cool hooking up with the brothers and seeing some of the ones I haven't seen in a minute. And hopefully the rest of this weekend is great. We can all get together, have a good time, laugh, joke, bond. That's what it's all about. When you become part of a motorcycle club like this, it's about familiar time. You know, sometimes it's wrenching on a bike. Sometimes it's just sitting around shooting the breeze. You know, sometimes it's doing some ministry work with each other. It could be anything, but it's just the bonding and the fellowship that you have with one another. I just talked to a prospect, and he was telling me about the inspiration he got from the P of the charter he's prospecting through, as well as some of the videos that I put out. And he's saying that, you know, it took him a minute to make the commitment to join because he wanted to be sure that once he started, he finished, that the journey was something he wanted to see to completion. And he's been 6 months in as a prospect, and, you know, he's pushing along. And I got to give him some dap for that. You got to know when you join a motorcycle club, any motorcycle club, you got to be committed. You got to know what it is you're getting into. Some people run off and try to join a club, and then they prospect and they're like, I don't like it, and they drop, and they might bounce from club to club prospecting 2 months here, 3 months there, 6 months. You might even do a whole year and then you quit. That's a lot of time wasted out your life. That's a lot of time you waste out of the lives of the men who are prospecting you. Because during that process of prospecting, you're building relationships, you're making bonds, hopefully to join something that you will be in for the rest of your life. But some of these guys, they're not like that. They get us to a certain point. They either don't want to be told to do something, they don't want to be told what to do, they don't want to be, committed to having to show up at certain times. They don't like the structure as much as they thought they liked the structure. And their feelings get hurt at some point, or they just burn out on it. And then they drop. You got to know all of this is what's going to happen. When you prospect, you become, a pledge. You are pledging yourself. You are trying to earn your way in. You're building relationships. You're building an investment in this organization. You're investing your interest, your time, your blood, sweat, tears in the organization so that at some point in the future, it pays dividends. You have your patch, you become a leader, you begin to inspire other young men, and you begin to build young men to do the things that you've done as far as this club, or to better themselves in some way, shape, or form. Don't just do it, and then abandon the journey. See it through to completion. But we live in a day and age where everybody wants a quick, what's it called? They want instant gratification. And so they're not willing to stick it out when it's difficult. If it doesn't pay off for them in their minds the way it should right away or quickly, they'll easily abandon it and go do something else. But trust me, the long journey is the right journey. I was watching a video of some, I think they were Navy SEALs or some special forces guys. And there was a guy who was already special forces, and he was facing some kind of situation. And he went to his superior officer, and he laid out his options, for whatever was going on with him. And his commanding officer said, do the hard one. You have a choice to do A or B. Choose the one that's hardest to do. That's the right one. That's the one you're supposed to do. And I never thought about that before, but that is true, right? That is true. The hardest thing is a lot of times the best thing for you. So when you're in a club and you're facing difficult situations and you want to walk away, that's easy. Staying, facing it like a man, taking on the challenge, seeing it through and overcoming, that's the hard part. Do that. All right, y'all, let me get back here. I'm enjoying my time at Lone Wolf Harley here in Spokane, Washington. So I'll get back with y'all. Peace. So tell me, Prospect, what advice do you have for someone who wants to join a motorcycle club?
The advice I would give is to be well informed and to be willing to be part of something that's bigger than yourself, even if it's out of your realm, and trust the process.
What do you mean by trust the process?
The process meaning people you've never met before, never have encountered, and just don't let your trials and tribulations judge the people that you meet, and trust the process of the direction that they're trying to take you.
So what was it that made you choose this club? You said you had a friend and then you saw some of my videos. Was it the friend or my videos that inspired you?
It was a little bit of both. Mainly my friend.